Hey, Inspired Tribe. How's it going today? It's Jean Nolan here. It's Kristin Nolan here. Welcome to the Live Inspired Daily Livestream here on the Inspired channel. It is Tuesday, April 21st, 2020.
A few years ago,
Time is just flying like crazy around here. I don't know how it's for you, but it was March 21st, just about 2 days ago, it seems like. Thank you all for tuning in with us. It's going to be another amazing love stream with all of you together, co-creating. We're loving it so much, and we've been saying this since the first day, since we started this. We have a mantra for this live stream, and it's more important than ever. The mantra is we're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. And remember, there is no shortage of abundance, no shortage of health, no shortage of well-being. We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. Let me see who all is already tuned in. Hey, Black Sky. Hey, Emma, how's it going? Hey, Kelly, thank you so much for your wonderful email. We just read it a few minutes ago. Hey, Ellen. Hey, Angelica. Hey, who else is in here? Let me see. Hey, Rosie. So good to see you all. Thanks for tuning us. Hey, Athena is here. Moon Shadow is here. Drew is here. Kelly's here. Welcome, everyone. It's so good to see you guys. We're going to do what we have been doing for a while now. At the beginning of every live stream, love stream, we're going to tune into the collective energy, and we're going to do a little guided meditation here. Just follow my voice. It's really easy. We're doing this very simple Chit Shakti meditation. It's basically to get into the energy of your higher being, of the eternal presence, out of the thought, out of the body. Just follow my voice. Repeat it in your mind. It's really easy. Take a few deep breaths. Just enjoy. Come with me on a journey. As we breathe in, we're going to say, I am not the body. As we breathe out, we're saying, I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. I am not the body. I am not even the mind. And when you are ready, in your own time, at your own pace, open your eyes and welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me for this beautiful little meditation, which has a very clear purpose, is to step out of our thoughts, step out of our body even, and connect with our higher self, connect with that eternal part of us, and then return with this collective energy to this moment. So I want to welcome you all once again. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Carla tuned in. Avi tuned in. Thank you all for being here. Tiger Lily tuned in from Switzerland. Thank you all so much. It's so good to see you. So today is all about the solution, and this has been from the get-go when we started this live stream. It was to create a creative, inspired space in these times of, the energies that are out there are a little different than the energy that we all have in here. And we're moving through the phases, and now we're in a new phase in a lot of countries around the planet. Things are starting to new questions are coming up. How are we moving forward? What are we going to do now? And it reminded me over the past few days that it is so important in our own journey and collectively as a society to look at things from a very authentic place. And a lot of times we are so used to putting band-aids on problems that we're seeing. We're basically so used to treating symptoms, whether it's on our in our physical body or whether it's with our spiritual body. We're treating the symptoms and not healing the root cause and healing the whole thing. And the more band-aids you use, the more you disguise the real underlying imbalance. And everything that we experience as humans that is unwanted, everything that we experience as, developments that we don't like in ourselves, in our bodies, and as a society as a whole, are spiritual imbalances. I know that over the years, we have had discussions with people that are fighting what they call depression and those things. And then they say, well, it's a physical thing. I have a hormonal imbalance. And why there's a validity in that, every hormonal imbalance must have a spiritual imbalance at the root of it. And that's going to the authentic place of healing. So I'm not a big fan of those, quick fix solutions where somebody tells you, turn around 3 times and stretch your arms out and you're going to be just fine. So healing always comes from a very authentic place. It means to be honest with yourself. It means to be real. It means to tune in. It means to, have the courage to connect with your spiritual body, the courage to get the messages through. And, so much of the talk around us is always just symptom talk. And one of the really good examples especially in this country, and I always bring this up because there's such a good way to look at it. We have this discussion about guns in the United States, which is always a hot topic, especially in election years. And people have, a multitude of solutions, and most of which always aim at taking away the guns because the guns appear to be the problem. And there's really a lot of guns in this country. But that being said, if you look at the country of Switzerland, every household in Switzerland pretty much has a gun as well. And because Switzerland has a draft, which means that all young males go into the military for a basic training. And up until recently, it was mandatory for them to bring home back to their household their gun and keep it, their weapon. So, which means Switzerland is also a country that has a lot of guns. However, Switzerland doesn't really have a gun violence problem, which we see in this country. We see a lot of it, right? We see a lot of violent crimes with guns. And so the question is, if it's not the guns, right? If it's not the the tool that you have, what is the problem? What is the root problem? And we've been talking about this a lot, and this comes back to all of us. That's why I even brought this up. It's not just a thing in, because, it always mirrors, right? What's happening in society is happening within us. We have a very violent, entertainment culture that is predominantly from this country. We have Hollywood that produces a lot of violent movies, a lot of horror. We have violent video games, and this culture of violence, there's a reason why it is even there, and that's peeling another layer of the onion. We have to come to the spiritual healing, right? And so we ask ourselves, well, why is there the need for violence? There's a void. There's a spiritual void. And whenever there's a spiritual void within us, there's an opportunity for someone or something to fill this void. And what you're going to do is, if you are wanting to profit from this, you're going to create something that triggers the hormone producing parts of a brain. So when people watch these movies and play these games, it triggers certain parts of their brain that cause addictive hormones. And so, peel another layer off, how do we fill this spiritual void? And this is the transformation that we see right now. We're basically at a point in time in our history, not just in this country, around the planet, where we're figuring out as society and as individuals how to fill that spiritual void, how to reconnect with the Creator, with all that is, how to find our authentic selves. And once we do that, healing is taking place immediately. Because all of this, all of what we're experiencing, whether it's physical, illness, or whether it is mental illness, or whether it is the problems that we face at large, it all is this spiritual imbalance. There was this void, this hole, and something fills it, right? But when we go back to the root, each and every one of us, when we meditate, when we reconnect, when we go into this unreligious prayer, as I call it, just a connection with the divine, we heal. We heal from within, and then it all mirrors out onto our bodies. Our bodies start to heal, our relationships start to heal, and then we're back in this balanced space. Now everything that we do, everything that we send out, we become absolute perfect manifestors, because from a balanced place you manifest easily. And then what we manifest on the outside becomes something balanced as well. So we're balanced as society, we're then balanced in our families, and on it goes. So when we all have this feeling within us, especially in a group like this, where we desire to change the world. We all want this to be a more beautiful place, but it all comes back to go within and be that change that you want to see. And that means being honest with yourself, being authentic with yourself, and giving yourself this time to connect with the natural way of how things were meant to be, and with the natural way of how things are. If you go out in nature, this always brings great clarity. If you walk through the woods, there's this perfect harmony that nature has, and it shows you a very natural system that is effortless, that is undisturbed. I mean, as soon as humans step away, this thing just has a complete balanced system on its own. And so I look at what is being discussed. I see politicians around the planet, and opinion leaders around the planet, asking the questions, how are we moving forward? You know, some are saying, how do we get back? I don't listen too much there because I don't want to go back, but I do listen, how do we go forward? And it's an open-ended question, which means if it's an open-ended question, it's a question aimed at you and me. How do we move forward? If we become loving beings, if we heal from within, if we go to the core, to the spiritual imbalance and heal there, then we are balanced, and then it means we move forward in a balanced way. That means we create a harmonious field around us, and we create a harmonious system around us. And that goes to everything. It goes to monetary systems, it goes to, you know, the law, the legal systems, everything. So I think more important than ever, it's about you and me. It's about what it is. You know, are you going to the root cause, or are you slapping on a band-aid? What do you guys think? Let me see. I want to scroll up a little bit and see what you guys are saying. Okay, so I'm up here. Drew says, I wasted my whole morning aligning, but now realized I was aligned from the start. I held myself from impulses from my inner being. Then Emma says, same, overthink. Kelly said, such a super valid and important point being made. Awesome, guns don't kill people. People kill people, yes. Maria says, never had a TV. Very good. Very, very good. Then Anne says, hi, Livestream. I've been enjoying you each day. First time live. Thank you so much for being with us. We really enjoyed. Rosie says, it's within vulnerability we find courage. The circumstances will always create an opportunity for choice in how to manage the result. Very eloquent, very beautifully put. Thank you. Black Sky says, I've been connecting and sleeping all morning. Good for you. Malik is wanting you all to jump on easylaptoplife.com and make some dough. So that's why this live stream, and thank you all for your wonderful points and for you know, for tuning into this energy of the solution. And this is the interesting part about this is once you overcome on these surface discussions, because what you see in political debates, what you see on talk shows, more like more serious talk shows, what you see even among people that just have this craving, this impulse to be a cooperative component and change, is once you move away from the surface, from the band-aid level, once you move deeper, there's almost never, you know, even verbal violence in these discussions, because we all agree that for a problem to manifest itself, there has to be a root cause for it. There has to be a spiritual cause for it. It's just that on a broader level, people are scared to say that. On a broader level, people are scared to say that because they believe there's nothing you can do about it. But I do believe we wouldn't be sitting here every day if we didn't believe that. We believe that we all have a craving for spiritual solutions. And Wayne Dyer wrote a wonderful book, There's a Spiritual Solution for Every Problem. And it doesn't mean that you, as he said it so eloquently in his book, it doesn't mean that you go around and say, hey, I have a spiritual solution for every problem. It's not about that. It's about realizing that every problem has a spiritual imbalance at its root. And that means to overcome old beliefs. That means to overcome the blaming on the genes and the blaming on circumstances and the blaming on family, and, you know, as harsh as it sounds for some of us, but we all choose the parents that give us the best opportunities to realize who we really are. So all of those things, you know, as soon as we quit blaming those, as soon as we quit having these petty discussions about little things on the surface, we come to the deeper questions, and those we can only answer within ourselves, because I believe we had a golden age already, or probably many golden ages on this planet, where we lived harmoniously with each other, where we had created systems that were beneficial to all and not harmful to anyone or nature. We have this belief that for a system to work, it always benefits the majority, but it will always kind of harm a minority, and I don't believe this to be true 1 second. I believe if we come from a balanced place, from a harmonious place, we create wonderful things that benefit us all. Why not? Nature benefits everyone. Nature benefits every being that is a part of the system and in its infinite wisdom. And that means trust, that means connection, that means going within, that means meditation. That's why I said from the get-go when we started these live streams, I believe one of the first things we're going to see as a global change is going to be that meditation teachers are going to come at the forefront of the attention. As soon as we move out of this perceived medical crisis, we're going to find a lot of people wanting to prepare better, a lot of people wanting to live healthier more, a lot of people realizing they want to take better care of themselves. At initially because they want to be ready if something like that comes again, but it's going to soon move into, oh, this feels really good. It feels really good to meditate. It feels really good to take care of my body. It feels really good to have a spiritual connection. And so I believe meditation is going to be a big topic, even bigger than it is now, all around the planet in a more in a deeper way for people. I believe it's going to go into schools, into kindergartens. It's going to be just something that is practiced everywhere and not stigmatized or dogmatized in any way anymore. So that I see as one of the first changes coming, which is going to have wonderful causes. If you look at the countries where this is already practiced, if you look at the cultures where this is a part of their daily lives, I mean, the violence is so far down, and the disputes are so much less dominant and active than we see them in our cultures. But I see it. I honestly see it. I see it all around me. Even when we walk now over the past month, there, since most people have been at home or around the house a lot more, you would think that when you look at the news and whatnot, that people are freaked out and scared and anxious. But that's not really what I'm seeing around us. I'm seeing people are calmer. They are spending more time outside with their families. They are spending more time, taking care of their flowers and yards, but it's a more conscious way. They look around more. They smile more. So there's got to be something that is worth more than the constant economic game that we're playing. And not to say that money isn't awesome. That's not what I'm saying. But there's got to be something deeper that is activated within people when they have time to think and feel, when they have time to contemplate, when they finally sit on that beautiful porch rocker that's been sitting there for years, never used because there was no time. Something is activated within people when time is present and when people go deeper, when they say their prayers, however that looks for each and every one, when they do their kind of meditation, whatever that is. I mean, you can sit on a porch, just watch the birds, and it's so meditative. So there are so many ways to do that, and I see people are doing that, and people are coming to the deeper solutions. They are coming to the spiritual balance. So I believe this time is such a precious gift. And I know for some of you and quite a lot of people out there, there is a horror present, and there's death present, and sickness present. And while I know that death and sickness are a part of life, always have been, I know that looking back, it's my intuition, we're going to look at this time and see that it wasn't as bad as a lot of people thought it was. Okay? It wasn't as horrible as a lot of people thought it was. But once such a campaign gets rolling, once such a train is rolling, it's like the momentum that Abraham Hicks always talks about. Once this train is rolling, there's no way of stopping it. Once you go downhill, you gotta let it roll out, and it's gonna roll out. And we're gonna see maybe different viewpoints coming to the mainstream. We're gonna see a lot of different things coming. So it's exciting. But the solution is not going to come from the outside. The solution for us is not going to come from someone waving a magic wand and saying, this is it, I have it. If you do this, this is what it's going to be. The solution comes from within. And then, again, if you are this spiritually balanced being, you become a physically balanced being. You become a balanced being in your relationships. You become a balanced being in everything you emanate. And so we connect the dots that we all are, and we create a harmonious, balanced system. This is the real power that you have, which means is when you do that for yourself, you have changed the world in a more profound way than you could ever believe possible. And that's my 2 cents, our 2 cents for the day. It always comes from our beautiful walks that Christine and I have each day. We take the dog. We walk about 5 miles a day. We go out and just talk and are quiet a lot too. We're quiet together a lot. That's when probably more information is exchanged than when we talk. And then we come to these, it lays itself out. And that's what comes out when we jump on this live here. And I'm going to go back, see what you guys have contributed beautifully in your co-creative comments, which I want to emphasize. This is not a one-way street ever. What you create through your energy that you give in, I know you see it in the center of the circle, how beautiful that is, but you do this throughout the whole hour that we're together, and even beyond. When you rewatch or comment or share, all those things are part of the co-creative process. And it's a shared desire to do this together. So it's wonderful. We thank you for that. So let me see what you guys are saying. And then we're going to bring in my wonderful wife, and we're going to do a little center of the circle, right? Right. So I'm scrolling up here. Rosie says, love Wayne Dyer. Yes, definitely. Kelly says, I agree. Thank you. Tao Te Ching, Wayne Dyer. Yes, he wrote a great number of, amazing books. Athena says, thank you for the positive feed here. I'm showing my gratitude today for the opportunities I would normally have if it weren't for quarantine. Yes, that's true. It was very true. Rohit, thank you. Better thinking increases happiness. Thank you so much. Black Sky says, quarantine is time for us to self-reflect on our blessings. Beautifully said. Ellen says, I have the time to meditate both morning and night. Perfect. Angelica says, my internet is slow, so don't forget I'm here. We're not. And then again, Kelly says, I have goosebumps. I don't know exactly what it is or what was said, or if it was from the live chat, or I like goosebumps. I like how they feel. Black Sky says, we have 4 and 5G network here in the US, which is good, but extremely dangerous. Yeah, that's maybe a topic for another day, but definitely something to realize. It's some of that, what I do. I have been discussing this with Christine over the past days, is a certain lack of authenticity for me in certain parts of our beautiful spiritual community. I'm not talking about this group here, but the broader group. There's this look away mentality, and I believe sometimes it's not on purpose. It's just a little misguided to believe that it's this put the head in the sand mentality that I simply don't believe in. I believe to tune in and come from an aligned standpoint. But if we realize that some things that we have been doing for a while as society are not working or harming us, then this realization leads to change. If anyhow possible, it should be a line change, which is going to lead us to good solutions. But I don't believe in simply not paying attention, not looking, or not allowing yourself to look at things that are potentially not so good. And to do that, to step away from the truth because of fear, shows another spiritual imbalance. Is if you are in an aligned place, you are not scared. You simply always desire for things to get better, for everything to get better. I'm getting better all the time. So, talking about 5G to me is not a dangerous thing. It's not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, it's a very important thing. So we can come to the bottom of things and see what it does, how it does it, and if we desire to have it in our lives or not. That's just my 2 cents on this. 5 cents? Christine has just raised the bet. She said not 2 cents, 5 cents. She should know because she finds pennies all the time, lots and lots of pennies all the time. So Angelica says, do you have kids? We do. 2 daughters and a son. We do. So yeah, let's for those of you who don't know, who have tuned in for the first time, even if you're spectators and never ever typing anything into the live chat, you might want to change your mind right now, because maybe you'll be center of the circle today. So what this game is, and first let me bring in Christine.
Hey everyone, hey Inspired Tribe, how are you today?
Hey my love. So for those of you who don't know how the center of the circle works, do you want to explain it?
Oh no, go ahead. I'm reading the comments. They're beautiful.
So basically what we're doing is kind of like what we do in our initial meditation in the beginning. We tune into each other, but this time we're tuning into someone's energy that we put in the center of the circle. One of you is in the center of the circle of attention. We all tune into their energy, and then we write the beautiful words and adjectives that come up for that person. Anything that comes in your mind. And who was in the center yesterday? It was Anna. Is Anna here today? I haven't seen her yet.
I haven't seen her. Hi, Carla. I have not seen Anna.
If Anna's not here today, I know someone who was in the center and never got to pick the next person. It was Kelly, because Kelly and Emma.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
So, Kelly, you never got to pick the next person. How would you feel about doing it today? Pick someone to be in the center of the circle. Dum, 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 dum. Most people don't know Jeopardy anymore.
Aww.
Kelly says, who wants to be in the circle? Who wants to be in the center of the circle? Basically, you don't have to move anywhere. You stay where you are. Just call it the center of the circle. It's not a physical thing. And it does help if you want to either...
Rosie says me.
I will never forget Drew, who said, use me. And I've never said that to anyone before.
Rosie.
Rosie it is.
Rosie it is.
Rosie PhD to be is going to be in the center of the circle today. So let's tune into Rosie's energy and just knock yourself out and let it all flow in the comments here.
Emma says friendly, bright light.
Sweet, funny, joyful, happy, fun,
lover. Funny.
grounded, aligned, green, hungry. No, that's me. Hungry. Garden green, grass violets. I like that.
Oh,
and
I love that.
Rosie is caring and loving to me.
Soft, yes. Very soft.
One with
whatever that
what
means.
does that mean? One with
One with
One with M. One with sparkly. Optimistic. One with nature. There you go.
That's beautiful.
I think that was what that was meant to mean.
Oh, okay. One with nature.
Yeah. Nature. Yeah, we all get nature, right?
Yeah. I get wildflowers.
Mm.
Deep thinker. Peaceful.
Peaceful.
That's a beautiful word too.
Genuine. Yes. That's what I call a straight shooter. Frisky. Calm. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Angelica is rocking the beautiful words. You all are. Y'all are. It's when you're in the South. Y'all are. Soft. Harmonious.
That's a good word too.
Loves the outdoors. Yes. I always thought, what a strange word for nature, outdoors. Not to diss on your on the word, but loving, caring, wise, sensitive, receptive,
Very receptive.
joyful, a good friend. Yeah, she's a good friend to all of us here. That's so true.
Oh, Carla is saying her name says it all. Roses, lots and lots of beautiful roses, all colors and with intense smells. Yeah. Just a huge heart.
Carla is tuning in from Portugal, right?
I think so.
Obrigado. Beautiful. Big heart, yes. Big hopes and dreams. Yes, definitely, I get that too. I love the flow of your beautiful words. What do you mean, ugly tears?
Good and caring. There are no ugly tears.
No.
How do you feel, Rosie?
We'd love to see your tears. They can't be ugly.
Marvelous.
Drew says, leader in an incredibly peaceful way could lead a realignment of the world. I would add to that already is
flow and glow. Oh.
The power of your thoughts is so incredible that Rosie might as well be something like the global leader because power of thought is so powerful. Oh, that's...
Run for president, Rosie.
So, is there anything in here that was surprising to you? You know, we always ask the question, anything that came completely out of the blue? Oh. That's what happens to me every day when I watch the live stream with the president. I'm always behind. I do. That's the one thing I watch every day.
Giving and loving. Beautiful words.
Beautiful.
I love that.
There's so much love here, Rosie. Strong. Yes.
Aww.
The kind of person that we would love to hug. Beautiful. So Anne says something beautiful. These beautiful words reflect not only Rosie, but contributors' kind hearts as well. That's a good point, and that's something we wanted to remind you guys, not just for Rosie, who hopefully is going to write all these words down and read them every day and say them to herself, but to all of you, if you find words that you feel are you're so aligned with, write them down, say them to yourself. There's great power in reminding you of who you really are.
Especially if you feel a little bit out of alignment. This is like a...
Oh, see, Ellen says, a bright star on our planet. And Drew said, I have a couple of women I know who I want to be president. I'm adding Rosie. Wow, what a vote of confidence. Well, Drew, if you do that, you might have to run that campaign. And I know you do a good job. Is Rosie still here?
I also feel beach, a beach person. No, I'm not surprised, says Rosie.
And such validation, and I'm writing this in the most humbling way. Thank you. Vote for me. Yes. You know what? That's a beautiful thing that you feel you know who you are. It's
Yeah.
so good for you. That's so good for you.
Grand.
Very grand. Thank you all for, always bringing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Angelica. Uh, we hope you feel better soon, and we're going to see you tomorrow. So
No, not tomorrow.
we're not. Oh no! Oh
No.
no! It's a national holiday tomorrow. Sorry, guys. Tomorrow is our middle daughter's birthday, Kiara's birthday. So we're not going to be on tomorrow, but we're going to be back Thursday. So thank you.
Yes.
I would have definitely forgotten. Before we jump off here, I wanted to thank you all for always being so loving and giving and caring, for your beautiful comments here, everywhere else.
For all the emails we get.
Yes. Yes, we get beautiful emails from you guys. Thank you so much. I have... Oh, thank you. We'll let her know.
Thank you.
And thank you for all the orders. Our store's been popping over the last days. The merch store, which Christine runs, and it's thank you all. And we hope you get all of your things very soon. They're a little behind because of the general situation, but everyone's getting theirs. And if you haven't yet, please check it out. Also, we've been getting questions how the one-on-ones work with UC. So it's a very simple process. If you ever feel like you would like to have a one-on-one session with UC, ask your questions, a more private setting, more time, send us an email. We'll find a date that works for all of us. Christine is typing in the email address, and then we book. It's a 1 hour session, and 1 hour is usually, more than enough to.
Yes, but if it would be 10 minutes longer, well, it's 10 minutes longer.
Exactly. We're
the
not
point.
really on the clock.
No.
But so that's an opportunity to go in deeper. And I know some of you said, is there any other way we can support you guys? We got some emails too. So a wonderful way is to share it with your friends. Share the channel, share the videos, share the live stream, invite them in. If it is financial contribution, there's a PayPal link down here. If you feel like you want to do that, it's always appreciated. Again, you can shop in our store. All those things that if you feel inspired, we appreciate it greatly. And I do have a very, very important question for you all. What are you going to eat today? I'm hungry and I'd like to get some inspiration.
Drew is saying, oh my God, all your kids born around the same time. Awesome. Yeah.
We call it the 5th season.
They're all born in April. Well, at the end of March and in April. So it's, yeah. It's a birthday season.
So, I guess I'm not getting any food inspiration.
No food inspiration. So, French toast.
Mm-hmm. Anything caprese is always good.
Yeah, not all areas. Kiara is already, tomorrow starts, how is that called?
What's the next after Aries? I don't know. Sophia and Noah or...
Yeah, but Kiara is, I don't know how
I
this
can
is
tell you
called.
what we're going to eat tomorrow. We're going to have lasagna. And then we're going to have tiramisu.
Yes.
All homemade. It's going to be awesome.
Taurus. Yes.
Taurus,
Thank
that's
you.
it. Thank you. Drew
Oh, you are
says,
so funny.
I'm listening from 2 minutes ago while typing real time. That's funny.
Aries. Yeah, they are very strong-headed, and
You mean very, very passionate.
yes, very passionate, and they never hold back.
I'm coming over for the lasagna. Yeah, y'all we'll take pictures and make a video and share it.
Well, actually, Sophia is going to do that, and I will do the tiramisu.
Drew just heard the eat comment. So Drew, that was a solid.
5 minutes ago.
Non-bread pizza. All right, you
I
guys.
love that
We're
too.
gonna have to turn this off. I'm getting hungry. I want to get food.
Yeah, I will.
Drew says, Drew's having a funny thing here. He's behind.
What Black Sky Idol is gone. I like pictures because they're very aggressive when it comes to people they love. Then I realized she's nervous. She didn't like that. Well, I cannot say that they are aggressive, especially our son. He's very chill.
But he will be very protective of his family and the people he loves. That's true.
That's true, yeah.
That he doesn't tolerate.
Yeah, that's true, especially with his sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well,
All right.
thank you for joining us for another amazing love stream. This had a very specific purpose to start this. I know Kristin had a very specific intuition, and it's coming to fruition. I know over this last month that we've been together, it's just been a beautiful, beautiful time, and we see some things happening and, feel some energies. It's just beautiful. It's wonderful. We'll see you all on Thursday. Have a wonderful rest of your day tomorrow too. Just be in the spirit of love, and everything will go right.
Yes, that's beautifully said.
Thank you.
My beautiful husband.
So have a wonderful
Energetic
and exhilarating
and joyful
and foodful
and blissful
and exciting
rest of your day.
All right, we love you. Bye.
Bye bye.